Hi everybody, welcome back to Three Sisters Homestead. Today we're in the kitchen and we're going to be making white chili. So we have written down our recipe on these little recipe cards that my mom gave me. That way we don't have to keep looking back at our phone or looking at a piece of paper that has it written down. We actually have recipe cards. First, we have chicken thighs. You can use chicken breasts, chicken thighs, a rotisserie chicken, chicken legs, whatever you would like to use. Just, you need some chicken. And then we have these Great Northern white beans. We soaked these overnight and pretty much the whole day. So those are nice and softened up for us. Some olive oil to cook the chicken in. Garlic, cumin, oregano, cayenne, salt, 1 large onion, and some chilies. So these chilies, it calls for 4 ounces. This is the 4-ounce size, but the last time we made this, I didn't think it had enough chilies in it, so I got 2, and we'll start with this and see how it goes. And then you also need broth. So we were going to use this chicken bouillon cubes that we had, but then I remembered that we had this veggie broth that we had made from scraps from when we made our potato soup. So we're going to use that. And it was just in the freezer, and it's getting thawed out pretty quick already. But we're going to start off with thawing this out. We're just going to put it in the pot and heat it up. Okay, so it calls for 5 1/4 cup of broth. I did not measure this out when I put it in here, so we're just going to thaw out this whole thing, and then we'll measure it once it's thawed. So we are just going to put that right into the pot. Okay, and we're just going to turn this on, kind of a low-medium heat, and let it get thawed out. We have our broth over here starting to thaw and melt. And so we're going to go ahead and start our chicken. We are going to add a little bit of oil in here. Let that heat up for a minute. And then we're going to add the chicken in. Okay, now we're just going to add our chicken in. And since these are thighs, we kind of have them folded up a little bit. I'm just going to lay them open. And this recipe calls for 3 breasts, so we're going to use about the same amount of chicken as 3 breasts would be. We are going to cook all of it though, just since we have this package open, and we'll make something else with what's left over. If you don't want to touch your chicken, you can use some tongs. I don't care because I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, and we're going to put the lid on that and just let these brown, get nice and cooked, and then we'll be back to you. Alright, so our broth is all melted. We did measure out the 5 1/4 cup, and we had about 3/4 a cup left, so we did take that out, and we have it set aside in case we feel like we need to add some more broth. Now, the recipe calls for 15 ounces of white beans. We're using the Great Northern beans. You can use these white kidney beans instead of Great Northern beans if you'd like, but we chose to use the Great Northern beans because I had 1 pound of these in the cabinet that has been in there for a while. This is 1 pound. The recipe calls for 15 ounces. A pound is 16 ounces. So we're just going to go ahead and put this in there. And we are going to add our chilies. And we're going to let that simmer while the chicken finishes cooking up. We almost forgot to add our onions in, so this can start getting cooked up too. Okay, so now we are going to take our chicken and we're just going to cut it up into small pieces. Possibly if this will shred apart, yep. So we'll probably just shred this up, and then we are going to throw it into the soup. All right, so this has been boiling for about half an hour. And our beans are softened. So we are going to go ahead and add that other 3/4 a cup of liquid to this. So we're going to change this recipe card to 6 cups of broth instead of the 5 1/4. We are going to add the garlic, cumin, oregano, and cayenne. So the recipe calls for 2 cloves of minced garlic. So we're going to use about 1.5 tablespoons of our already minced garlic. Just 1 tablespoon, about another half. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon oregano. That is 1 tablespoon oregano. 1 teaspoon of cumin. 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. And we're just going to mix all that in. Now we're going to add our chicken. We're going to add about 3 breasts worth. And I'm just going to give this a taste to make sure it has enough salt. So as I was telling you guys earlier, I didn't think that little 4 ounces was going to be enough. So we're going to add about half of this. I think this is 8. This is 7. Because I don't want to overpower it, but I think it just needs some more. And also a little bit of more cumin. Good teaspoon. Good heaping teaspoon. Give that a stir. And I've seen some people add corn to the white chili, but we're not going to this time. Just for recipe sake, since I have this recipe. And then maybe next time we make it, we'll actually add some corn or whatever else we'd like to add. A little taste again. Okay, yep, that's what I needed. I think it needs the rest of it though. A total of 11 ounces of the green chilies.
She had added a little more cumin also.
Just about another 1/2 teaspoon.
Not Brittany little, just a little.
Okay, so as I've told you guys before, this doesn't taste right without a little bit of adobo. So we're gonna put a little adobo in there. Just about like that, and then we'll taste it again. Yes, we're tasting this a lot. This is just being made for me, Cheyenne, and Corey. We don't care that we're all tasting it. We added another about another teaspoon of cumin, and now it is about right. And I will tell you guys our little secret ingredient that we add to get the flavor to be just right to us. We just add a little bit of country crock butter. We just added about 3 tablespoons of this butter in there and a little bit more cumin, and it is perfect.
When in doubt, if something's missing, try just a little butter.
Yep. When
It's
in
weird,
doubt with soup.
But it works.
Yep, just add a little bit of butter. And it always just sets it right off. I think it's just that little bit of creaminess. Just sets it off. Alright, so that is it for this video. We're going to go ahead and get this served up. I'm going to serve this with some Monterey Jack cheese, sour cream, and some cilantro on top. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to eat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The recipe will be down in the description box below. Let me know what you guys think, if you put corn in your white chili or not. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you guys in the next one.